The Countdown Conspiracy, Chapter 5, Part 2. By the end of the session, I'm the only one with nothing to show for my time. Mr. Burnett passes out data cards to each of us on our way out, and I have to be careful not to crush mine in anguish. Homework, he tells us. Dr. Schubert asks that I make these for you guys. It's Boss translated into a new experimental programming language. Play around with it tonight. Boss? I cringe. No one else seems concerned, but I barely know that language. Before I can even start a groan, Esteban and Tamaki race past me in the hall, jumping and hitting at each other's heads. Taller, Esteban shouts. Not now, Tamaki replies. Yes, now. They act like children, Anna comments beside me. I look over at her, honestly a tad surprised she's choosing to talk to me at all after watching me awkwardly flail through 2 classes today. Well, they are boys, I reply. We can't expect them to be as mature as us. Annoying, isn't it? Najma says, joining us. Anna cracks a smile. It's not a big one, but it's the most I've seen from her yet. Maybe she is human after all. It is, Anna agrees, but maybe it gives us the advantage for better assignments. I'm about to shake my head, but then I realize she has a point. Maybe I'll get to be flight engineer despite how classes are going, as long as I keep up a higher level of maturity. So what mission job do you guys want? I asked, trying for conversation. Programmer, Najma immediately says, falling into step with us as both Anna and I turn in to head to our rooms. Oh, good. I want to be a flight engineer, I replied. Programmers and flight engineers work closely together to keep everything operational on their spacecraft, and I can't think of anyone I'd rather work with more than Najma. What about you, Anna? I wouldn't like to say. Anna's expression is back to being stony. Why not? Najma asks. We won't care if you want the same as us. Anna just hurries to walk faster. Najma and I look at each other, then both speed up. I think she wants to be mission commander, Najma says to me, as if Anna isn't standing between us. What do you think? Maybe, I say. Or maybe she can't decide. Maybe, Najma considers, or she's waiting to see what one of the boys gets. That's ridiculous, Anna shoots a glare at Najma. I know what I want. I just don't think I need to tell you to. I wouldn't be too sad if a certain boy and I get the same job. Najma shrugs. I train my eyes on her. Anna does the same. Do you have interest in a boy here? Anna asks. Najma averts her gaze and rubs at her arm. Maybe. Who? I ask. Najma glances around our hall. Maybe I'll tell you in our room. Hey, she shouts as Anna and I pick up the pace. We reach our dorm, push open the door, and sit down, staring at Najma as she trails in after us. Well? I ask. Najma takes a seat in one of our big armchairs, fiddling with the edge of her shirt as she sinks into it. Oh, fine. She glances one more time back at the door to make sure that it's shut. It's Esteban, but you can't tell him. You like that silly boy? Anna scoffs. Really? Yes, Najma says. He's nice. He makes me smile. Anna crosses her arms. He's always so happy. He is, I agree, but that's not a bad thing. Speak for yourself, Anna says. With that, she stands up and walks out of the room. Najma looks at me with big, expectant eyes. I pull at a string on the edge of my chair. I wish I knew what else to say in a situation like this. I end up landing on, so do you think he likes you back? Luckily, Najma goes with it and starts talking more. I lean backward in my armchair to listen. Anna's a lost cause. Ruby's in pieces, and Sasha is in an entirely different hemisphere. It feels nice to make at least one new friend.